Ever wondered how much money you actually need to start trading with Lightspeed? It's a question that pops up for a lot of aspiring traders, and honestly, it can be a bit confusing to find a straight answer. You'll see different numbers thrown around, minimums for different account types, and it can all feel a bit overwhelming. So, if you're sitting there thinking, just tell me the minimum deposit for Lightspeed already, you're in the right place. Because in this video, we're going to break down everything you need to know about Lightspeed's minimum deposit requirements. We'll cover the different account types, what those minimums actually mean for you, and how to make sure you're starting your trading journey on the right foot. We'll also touch on some important factors to consider beyond just the minimum deposit, because let's face it, just because you can deposit a small amount doesn't necessarily mean you should. Now, before we dive into the specifics, let's talk a little bit about why minimum deposits exist in the first place. It's not just some arbitrary number a brokerage comes up with. These minimums are often in place for a few key reasons. First, they help to ensure that traders are serious and have some capital to work with. Trading involves risk, and brokerages want to make sure their clients understand that and have the means to manage potential losses. Second, minimum deposits can be tied to specific account features or access levels. Higher minimums might unlock more advanced trading tools, research resources, or personalized support. Think of it like different tiers of membership. And third, it can simply be a matter of operational costs for the brokerage. Maintaining accounts and providing services has expenses associated with it, and minimum deposits help to offset those costs. So, with that in mind, let's get down to the brass tacks. What's the minimum deposit for Lightspeed? The answer, like many things in the trading world, isn't a single, simple number. It depends on the type of account you're opening. Lightspeed offers different account types designed for different kinds of traders, from active day traders to long-term investors. And each of these account types can have its own minimum deposit requirement. You might be thinking, okay, great, so tell me about the different account types, and I will. But before we jump into those specifics, I want to emphasize something crucial. The minimum deposit is just one piece of the puzzle. It shouldn't be the only factor you consider when choosing a brokerage or an account type. Think about your trading style, your financial goals, and your risk tolerance. Just because you meet the minimum deposit for a particular account doesn't mean it's the right fit for you. You need to consider the commissions, the platform features, the research tools, and the overall customer support offered by the brokerage. Now, back to those account types and minimums. Lightspeed typically offers a few different account types, and these can change over time, so it's always best to check their website for the most up-to-date information. But generally, you'll find options tailored to active traders, often with lower per-trade commissions, but potentially higher minimum deposit requirements. These accounts often provide access to more sophisticated trading platforms and tools. Then, there might be accounts geared towards longer-term investors, perhaps with no minimum deposit or a lower one, but potentially higher commissions for each trade. These accounts might focus more on research and portfolio management tools. The specific minimum deposit amounts for each of these account types can vary, and it's important to understand that these numbers can change. Brokerages adjust their requirements based on market conditions, regulatory changes, and their own business strategies. So, the best way to find the current minimum deposit for each Lightspeed account type is to visit their official website. Don't rely on outdated information you might find on forums or other websites. Go straight to the source. When you visit the Lightspeed website, look for their account types page or their FAQ section. They should clearly list the minimum deposit requirements for each account. Sometimes, these minimums are presented as cash requirements, meaning you need to deposit that amount in cash. Other times, they might allow you to meet the minimum with a combination of cash and eligible securities. Again, the specifics will be on their website. Now, let's talk about what happens if you don't meet the minimum deposit. Well, in most cases, you simply won't be able to open that particular account. The brokerage has those requirements in place for a reason, and they're generally not flexible on them. However, sometimes there might be alternative account options with lower minimums that you could consider. It's always worth contacting Lightspeed's customer support directly if you have questions about minimum deposits or if you're looking for personalized guidance. They can help you understand the different account types and find one that fits your needs and your budget. Beyond the minimum deposit, there are other financial considerations to keep in mind. Just because you can meet the minimum doesn't mean you should deposit the bare minimum. Think about your trading strategy. If you're an active day trader, you'll likely need more capital to cover potential losses and to take advantage of trading opportunities. If you're a long-term investor, you might not need as much initial capital, but you still want to make sure you have enough to build a diversified portfolio. Another important factor is margin. If you plan to trade on margin, you'll need to understand the margin requirements and how they interact with the minimum deposit. Margin trading involves borrowing money from the brokerage, and there are specific rules and regulations around it. Make sure you understand the risks and the costs associated with margin trading before you dive in. Finally, remember that trading involves risk. No matter how much capital you have, there's always the potential to lose money. Don't invest money you can't afford to lose. Start small, learn the ropes, and gradually increase your capital as you gain experience and confidence. So, to recap, the minimum deposit for Lightspeed depends on the account type. Check their official website for the most up-to-date information. Consider your trading style, your financial goals, and your risk tolerance. And don't hesitate to contact Lightspeed's customer support if you have any questions. Don't just focus on the minimum deposit. Look at the whole picture, including commissions, platform features, and research tools. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.